Action by Dimawusa. Union members down tools on Monday, you will remember. However, Dimawusa appears to be defiant. How defiant are they? Why are they defiant? Let's find out if they are defiant. We are joined now on the line by the Democratic Municipal and Allied Workers Union spokesperson, Deon Makhura. Mr. Makhura, thank you very much indeed for coming through. So reportedly, the Labour Court has granted the city leave to interdict strike action by your union. Will you defy this order tomorrow?
Thank you for having us, and we are greeting all the listeners and the viewers. Let's start from the previous judgment on the 30th of August. Employer went to court and say, one, this union didn't ballot, so that interdict them. Secondly, the issue of progression, it's not a mutual interest dispute, they can't strike for that issue. The Labour Court says that they hand up a judgment to say, go and ballot and you can continue to strike on the two issues. We continue it after balloting.
Mm-hmm.
So now, this is the order, so you must understand what is in appeal.
Okay.
So what is an appeal now is to say that issue of progression, we can't strike about that issue, is not a mutual interest dispute.
So let me just understand this, Mr. Makhura. What was the recent order handed down by the Labour Court? What did it entail?
The one for leave to appeal.
Yes, the very latest one.
Yes, the one on Friday.
Yes.
The judgment is saying the leave to appeal is granted. That means to appeal the previous judgment. But it doesn't give you an interdict.
Okay.
We understand, two of us, even the judge, I think paragraph 10, unfortunately I'm not with the judgment here. Paragraph 10, the judge says that for now, there's no interdict, not granting them interdict. But if the strike continue and they leave to appeal, they manage to win the leave to appeal, that means that strike from tomorrow will be illegal, will be unprotected.
Okay. When is the leave to appeal hearing, when is it going to be heard?
The judge just indicated that, one, it must be on urgent basis. Secondly, they have to file their papers by tomorrow, before tomorrow or by tomorrow. So we are at the risk, both of us, them and ourselves, because if they win the appeal, it means that from tomorrow that strike will be unprotected.
That's an important point.
If they lose the appeal.
Yes, because that's an important point, because if it's unprotected, there's a number of implications on the employees. Do they understand these serious implications?
No, we understand that. That's why, and if they lose, then what?
Mm.
It's a catch-22 situation. We are still finding, we are going to discuss that, but the strike is continue. We are going to try to discuss it with them because it doesn't help us, both us, because even themselves, we might continue and continue. And it's very rare for the Labour Appeal Court to give you that agency. It might be heard after a month or after 2 months, and then what?
So let's look at it chronologically now and help us understand this process which has led us this far to this court action. We understand that you and the employer were supposed to meet on Thursday at the CCMA. The Metrobus, I understand, had decided to take the legal route. So can we assume that all negotiations has halted, has stopped thus far?
Yeah, for now, because even Friday after that judgment, I called them to say, I think we have to sit down because this judgment is in the middle now. It doesn't help us, it doesn't help them. What do we do? So they were arrogant. By tomorrow morning, I have another matter with them at the CCMA at 9. I will try to convince them and find a way to say, whether can't we enter into a sort of an agreement.
The last time I spoke to Metrobus, I think it was last week, they were saying that salary progression, the issue of salary progression is seemingly off the table. Are you getting that same understanding?
They say it's off the table.
That's the last time I spoke to him about a couple of days ago. Is it off the table as far as you're concerned?
It's not off the table.
So that's still one. So it's a salary progression.
Because we are
and
willing
office
to engage
spaces.
this issue. It's either we might have to suspend also the strike, but with the understanding to say that issue must be further discussed, because tomorrow we are sitting, we have another agreement we concluded in January. They are not enforcing anything. So we might even take that issue, take it maybe for RBO processes, and see how best can we be able to deal with those issues.
All right.
But the problem, there is this arrogance.
So what's your plan of action for tomorrow?
Tomorrow the strike is continuing, and I'm going to try to meet with them and try to talk to them.
All right. So we have the employees and the employer at loggerheads. Who suffers? The commuters on the ground, many of whom have been left stranded. Do you feel their pain?
Yeah, well, also, mind you, even the same workers, they have children who go to school using the same buses. So it's a problem to everybody, but as we have indicated previously, this matter we have been talking about it for the past 2 years. And then you end up without even know. Just to show, January we entered into agreement. That agreement is not implemented. And now we have rushed to the CCMA to enforce the same agreement we agree in January. So there's something wrong with the issue of leadership.
All right, we're going to leave it there for now. We're also going to get Metrobus in a short while to give us their side of the story. But thank you very much indeed for coming through and giving us your perspective. That was the Democratic Municipal and Allied Workers Union spokesperson, Deon Makhura there. In other news,